Slayer. In the ancient valley of Eila, two mighty armies stood poised for battle. The Philistines on one side, the Israelites on the other. A palpable tension hung heavy in the air, a silence broken only by the rustling wind and the distant cries of birds. Then, a colossal figure emerged from the Philistine ranks, a giant warrior named Goliath, his armor gleaming ominously. With each heavy step, the very ground seemed to tremble, sending shivers through the hearts of the Israelite soldiers. His face, scarred and fierce, was a mask of intimidation. His spear, a formidable weapon in his massive hand. Goliath's booming voice echoed across the valley, a challenge that struck fear into every Israelite heart. "Choose a man to fight me," he roared, his words reverberating, demanding a champion from their ranks. Close-ups revealed the terror in the soldiers' eyes. Some nervously stepped back, others whispered in hushed tones. Even King Saul, their leader, appeared worried and silent, unable to offer comfort or a solution. Far from the battlefield, in a peaceful countryside, a young shepherd named David tended his flock. He played his harp, its gentle melodies a stark contrast to the distant sounds of war. His days were filled with quiet devotion, caring for his sheep under the warm, bright sun. One day, David's father entrusted him with a mission to bring provisions to his brothers on the battlefield. David set off, his journey taking him from the tranquility of home to the growing tension of the war zone. As he neared the camp, the air grew heavy with anticipation, a stark contrast to the peace he had left behind. Upon arriving, David heard Goliath's thunderous challenge once more, his voice echoing across the valley. "Call." Unlike the fearful soldiers, David's reaction was not terror, but confusion. Then, a growing sense of righteous indignation. He approached the soldiers, his voice firm, asking, "Who is this man defying the armies of the living God?" The soldiers, still trembling, explained the reward offered for defeating Goliath, but their fear was evident. David's words reached King Saul, who summoned the young shepherd to his royal tent. Saul, seeing only a boy, doubted David's ability to face such a formidable foe. But David, with unwavering faith, spoke of his past victories against a lion and a bear. He recounted how God had delivered him from the jaws of wild beasts, instilling courage in his words. This was not just bravery, but a deep, abiding faith that resonated in the tent. Convinced, Saul offered David his own armor, a heavy suit of bronze. David tried to walk in it, but the unfamiliar weight and bulk made him stumble. He realized that this was not his path, not his strength. With a gentle smile, he removed the heavy armor, choosing simplicity over the burden of conventional warfare. We would face Goliath with what he knew best, his shepherd's tools. David went to a nearby stream, carefully selecting 5 smooth stones, perfectly suited for his sling. Each stone represented a prayer, a silent declaration of faith in his God. He gripped his sling firmly, its leather strap familiar and comforting in his hand. His expression was one of unwavering determination, ready to face the giant. David walked towards Goliath, a small figure against the towering giant, yet radiating immense courage. Goliath, seeing the boy, let out a booming laugh, mocking his youthful opponent. He hurled insults, questioning David's audacity to face him with mere sticks and stones. But David's response was filled with faith. "I come to you in the name of the Lord Almighty." The tension in the valley was unbearable, the air thick with anticipation as the two stood face to face. David ran forward, a blur of motion, his sling already in hand, a stone placed within its pouch. He spun the sling with incredible speed, the stone whistling through the air in a slow-motion arc. With a powerful release, the stone soared, a tiny projectile of faith and courage. It flew true, a divine intervention guiding its path. The stone struck Goliath squarely on his forehead, a sound that echoed across the valley. The giant staggered, then fell dramatically, crashing to the ground with a thunderous impact. Panic erupted among the Philistines as their champion fell. They turned and fled in disarray. The Israelites, emboldened by David's victory, let out a mighty cheer, their fear replaced by triumph. David stood victorious, a humble shepherd who had defeated a giant, proving that faith can conquer all. His victory echoed a timeless truth: the battle is the Lord's. A story of courage, faith, and divine intervention, inspiring generations to believe in the impossible.